What's going on? We're all back again, right? Kentucky Ballistics. Could you defeat a grizzly bear? What do you think? You take down a grizzly bear? Barehanded? How about with a knife? With a hammer? A hatchet? Maybe an axe? Or if you had a sword? You think you could take a bear with a sword? Consistently? How about a handgun? How big of a handgun? How big a bullet? Shotgun? With a 22? An AR? Let's see what we got here. Links down below for Kentucky Ballistics. This guy is a character. Oh, is that a bear mace? That looks like chapstick or something.
What are you looking at? Get out of here! Who poops with their pants on? Go get!
Oh.
Hey, what's up,
I
everybody?
mean, that is a
My name
big...
Scott, and you're watching Kentucky
That
Ballistics.
is a pretty big skull there.
We're going to do some bear protection tests. There is a lot of debate out there on what is the best bear protection. Well, today we are going to find out. Ballistic Dummy Lab
Just a
has
big
created
stick.
me something very special. We have a grizzly bear head today. It is full of green blood, and this thing weighs 75 pounds. It's absolutely massive, and I am very,
Like a
very
longer
excited
spear
to
actually
put
wouldn't
this
be
thing to the test. They
a
told
bad
me
idea,
this is basically the
depending
size of a small
on the
grizzly.
scenario,
So today,
circumstances.
we're going to find out what would be your best protection or worst
If you're in those
option
woods
when
back
it
there,
comes
a
to
spear seems like it
bears.
might suck.
Okay, well, your first option when it comes to bear protection is to just make yourself really big and make a lot of noise.
I mean, that seems pretty effective.
Get out of here, bear! It's not really working. Your next option is to
If you just have a meltdown,
dead.
some sort of political meltdown, then that seems like that could be effective.
Okay, well, our next option for bears is going to be bear spray. Now, this is a miniature version, but we're going to try it out anyways. Here we go.
It's
Get
like
out
that.
of here, bear!
I mean, yeah, do you? Point blank range?
Doesn't seem
Like,
very effective. Our
right
next
as
option
you're
for
getting
bear
bit, maybe?
protection, or more so a bear deterrent, is wildlife control ammunition. These are 12 gauge rounds. One of them is a rubber slug, and then we have a double ball round. Go on and get, bear! I don't even know if I hit him. All right, rubber slug.
Yeah, I feel like shotgun with legitimate slugs or buckshot would probably be
rubber ball ammunition is
the best idea.
Accurate. I'm not even really sure.
But it
if
all
I
kind of
hit our
depends on
bear,
the
but I did hit him with
circumstance,
the rubber
scenario.
slug. As you can see, it hit right here and then just kind of bounced off his face.
Environment.
I would say that would barely phase him. So now it's time for some more potent bear protection options. And first up is a Glock 29 chambered in 10 millimeter, and I'll be loaded up with some Underwood ammo, 220 grain hard cast. Okie dokie.
This would be interesting.
Let's see what happens.
This would not be my first bet, but
That thing there's got some pop to it.
I say 10 millimeters supposed to hit harder than 40s.
All right, it looks like we hit the bear right in his snout, and it traveled through the skull somewhat. We got some
Grazing
in there, but I don't see an exit hole. Oh, wait a second. Oh, there's the round right there at the very back. The 10 millimeter was.
I wouldn't want to have to rely on shooting it in the head.
I thought it would. But
that's where the shotgun, at least you could
even deeper. This is a
not rely so much on
44 Magnum with a 3-inch
the
barrel,
headshot.
and I have some Underwood ammo, 340 grain, 44 Magnum plus P. All right, here we go. Oh, I think I hit a little high.
I mean, wee bit, skipped it off the old top of the dome.
Yeah, I would say so. This combat Magnum seems to be shooting a little high. I was aiming right there, and we hit right here. We skinned the top and busted up the skull pretty good, and then we shot out the back. I'm gonna go ahead and take one more shot with the 44 Magnum and see if I can do any better.
There you go. I got a friend. He thinks he could wrestle a bear.
All right, let's see here.
He saw some Russian MMA dudes do
right there.
Do some bear wrestling.
And
he thinks he's gonna go over and he could choke a bear or something.
Right there.
If it came down to it.
With a Smith & Wesson Combat Magnum with 340 grain plus P
What do you
hard
think?
cast, it's going to be sending them
I think that's nuts.
I was aiming literally at the bottom
To
of
think
his chin. And
you're
then
gonna go
hit right
choke out a bear.
So up next, I have a Ruger Super Red Hawk Alaskan with a 2.5-inch barrel, and this is chambered in 454 Casull. And the rounds I have are some Underwood ammo, 300 grain jacketed hollow points. Oh, wow. So, you may have noticed that that was a little more eventful than the hard cast. When it
Yeah.
comes to bear protection and things like that, hard casts are what most people recommend. And that is because you want something that is going to penetrate deep and not expand. What we were just using was a jacketed hollow point, and that delivered a lot of energy and did a lot of damage, but it did not do much penetration. We do actually have an exit hole right here, but we kind of hit in a spot.
That's where it's like all so dependent on where bullets are going, how they're traveling in and through.
Because now you get to see the difference between a jacketed hollow point and a hard cast when it comes to something like this. Before we move on to some other large handguns, let's circle back to the 12 gauge shotgun and try out a 1-ounce 12 gauge slug. And if you are enjoying this content,
And I almost feel like you'd prefer maybe some buckshot if you had a charging bear, but
if you are already subscribed, make sure you don't miss out on
buckshot or the slug should obviously be devastating here. And at least like slug, or in my head at least, the buckshot, you can hit it in the chest, or you don't have to be like so
okay, looks like we hit somewhere
hoping
in this
for a
area
solid
here.
headshot.
And
in the scenario you had
I
a
do not see, oh, here it is
fucking
right there.
bear charging you and you
The
thought you were
slug
gonna
is
shoot it.
right there. that slug did not make it all the way through that bear head. And that thing's already been shot multiple times. So judging from that, I would say you would definitely want more than one round.
Exactly. As it came falling up to your feet. Dead. That is vicious.
All right, well, that is a lot of damage.
It is.
4 to 5.
I think you would have stopped your threat.
May do the trick. I don't know. You know what's crazy is I'm pretty sure that none of those made it through the back. That ain't even a real bear. A real bear, especially one bigger than that.
That's where
You're gonna be in trouble if all you got.
I feel like that was on the more medium-y sized.
What you thinking, Scott?
I feel like I've seen grizzly heads appear to be way bigger than that.
The bear head. Well, don't worry, I got you covered. I come prepared. I have another.
It is still massive.
75-pound grizzly head. So up next, I have a very unique handgun, the Bond Arms Cyclops 4570 Derringer. And if you don't know,
yeah, I mean, that's like a last resort.
Is originally used in a lever action rifle.
Because you only got one shot.
Is a 405 grain soft point, and this is
doesn't look pleasant to shoot.
Real hard.
Yeah, and say doesn't look like it'd be pleasant to shoot. He's a big dude and able to take that like a champ prize still. And
that is so pleasant to shoot. I absolutely love it.
Really, and it does have like a low barrel.
Oh, actually, right there.
Where the barrel's not sitting up above your hand to make more torque.
I do not see an exit hole.
More pushing straight into like
right there. It's backwards,
into the upper palm-ish, I guess.
That actually did a lot more damage than I expected it to. But
not really palm, but whatever.
But so is your hand. Since we are doing a bear video, I feel like it's appropriate to use an actual bear gun. This is a Smith & Wesson 460 Magnum ES, which stands for Emergency Survival. These actually came in bear kits that come with a whistle, an emergency blanket, all kinds of cool stuff. And then you have this hand cannon, which has a 2 3/4 inch barrel. As you can imagine, she be kicking. Underwood ammo, 360 grain hard cap.
Yeah, but
whoa! All right, let's ride the lightning. Golly! Oh! I hit it right in the mouth.
I mean, he did.
Bear's gonna be wanting any more picnic baskets after
nose, upper lip.
I don't see an exit hole. Looks like we have a very long wound channel traveling to the very back, but maybe it slipped out the bottom. Nope. I am not seeing an exit hole. Wow.
It's in there somewhere.
So I hit a little lower that time, more in the snout region, and I think this is a good example of just how tough a bear would actually be. These bones are tough, but not as tough as an actual bear. And that did not make it all the way through this thing. So I don't think it would have made it all the way through a real bear. If I would have hit a little higher, I definitely believe we would have made it all the way through.
In most scenarios, it'd probably be plenty enough to make
so not only did Smith & Wesson make an emergency survival bear kit with a 460, they also made
rethink what it was wanting to do and potentially stop fucking with you
this also
or coming at you.
2 3/4 inch barrel, and this also be kicking. Underwood ammo, Kentucky Ballistics, 600 grain hard cast. Here we go.
I mean, that was in and out.
Doesn't look like I had much bone to go through that time. I hit
Yeah.
right here, and that just zipped right through this thing. And you can see we have an exit hole right there. Let's go ahead and take one more shot with the 500 Magnum, shall we? Okay, wow, talk about a perfect shot. We hit right there, right on the nose, and
Right in the forehead, so to speak, right between the eyes.
I'm not seeing an exit hole. That is interesting. So this seems quite puzzling to me, so I went ahead and reviewed the slow-mo footage, and it seems that the round did pass completely through. It just went through this same exit hole. You can see here we
Same
kind of have
soft, beat up area.
two wound channels converge into one. So it looks like that round took the path of least resistance and just shot out the back through the same hole. For this next firearm I'm going to use, I still have some.
I assume we're point blank.
It is a 500 Bushwhacker. This is basically a 500 Magnum on steroids. We have established that a hard cast can definitely penetrate, but now I want to see some energy transfer. This is a 275 grain Barnes hollow point. Oh, here we go. Oh.
I mean, it's a little high. Seemed like it popped the old top of the domes and whatnot, but you know, it's a little high.
What the?
I guess that'd be like probably where the brain's at.
Oh man. All right, we hit right here, and then
Yeah, it still seems a little high.
Side, right here. You know what? I think I need to shoot it again.
There you go. Jeez. Well, that was explosive. Difference in a hollow point, but
let's go and give it one more. Oh my gosh.
even though this all looks cool, realistically, you probably would not want a hollow point. But that all depends on what you're shooting exactly. Problem solved.
Never be too careful with bears.
Exactly.
Only bears can start forest fires.
Oh, yeah.
What I learned growing up. Well, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know
All right,
what you thought
Kentucky
about it in the
Ballistics.
comment section down below. And while you're at it, be sure and give it a like and make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, be sure to check me out on Kentucky Ballistics breakdowns, Kentucky Ballistics shorts, and Kentucky Customs.
I want to see the fucking, the old 50 cal BMG
links to all those can be found in the description down below.
at like 50 yards.
KentuckyBallistics.com, just in case you want to pick up a shirt.
Yeah, that seems official.
My name is Scott. Thank you so much for watching Kentucky
Pretty sure that's how the pros do it. Yeah, that looks like proper technique. All right, y'all. Till next time, Kentucky Ballistics. Yep, I'm going with the shotgun. That would be probably my preferred thing if I was gonna have to deal with the charging bear up close-ish. No, other than that, we'll see you. Take it easy.